Hello, my name is Diamond, aka Lady Leo. Welcome to my channel if you are a brand new viewer, or welcome back if you are a returning viewer. So I wanted to swatch a collection that invokes like the spirit of fall with the different colors, and I saw this collection from ILNP a while ago. It's been in my wish list, so I decided to buy it. It is the 6-piece Harvest collection, which was their fall 2022 collection, and I'm super excited to swatch it. So before we get into those swatches, if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button, it really helps me out and it doesn't cost you anything. All right, let's get started with our swatches. First up, we have Pumpkin Patch. This is described as being a vivid burnt orange shimmer. And for this one, first of all, I love oranges. I think oranges are really underrated. I also like that this one is sort of in the orangey kind of red family, which I think is a really nice tone for my skin. And then with the shimmer in there, it almost gives it like a gold highlight, which I also think is very complimentary to my skin. And this one kind of reminds me a little bit of like metallics, not fully, but like it feels like there's a little bit of metallic in there as well. So I really dug Pumpkin Patch. It's probably one of my favorites, but I don't want to make that too early. I still have 5 other polishes to swatch, but this is Pumpkin Patch. Also just want to remind you that I am using the Holo Taco Peely base on all of my swatches today. And then I also chose to use the Glam Polish top coat. I usually do top coats, I usually do 2 coats, and then anytime I do more than 2, I will let you know. All right, moving on to the next swatch. Next up, we have Dakota, which is the darkest shade in the collection. So this one is a deep purple. It's sort of almost kind of like a blackberry, like a deep plum, sort of blackberry, somewhere on that line in terms of color. And then it also has a pink shimmer running throughout it. I actually love when brands do this when they add something simple like just like one shimmer in it, because the contrast of the pink shimmer can change colors to me. Like sometimes I see the pink and other times I see it more as like almost like a reflective glitter, which I love. I love reflective glitters, like when it gets caught in the light. So I like that even though this is just a base polish with just a shimmer in it, at least per the website, it feels a lot more dynamic than that. Like if you told me there was some reflective glitters in here, I would believe you. But this one is Dakota, and I love a dark shade, and this one is just a really beautiful base color. So I really dig this shade. Next, we have Olive Grove. So this is a beautiful sort of medium green polish with a yellow gold shimmer and a reflective gold sparkle in there. I love greens, and I still don't understand why a lot of people don't like greens, at least from like the Holo Taco data. But anyway, so I think this is just a really beautiful shade of green, and I really like the shimmer in there, and I like the reflective glitter. I think the way that like the different mix-ins in this collection also makes it a lot more cohesive as well. So there's really nothing about this shade that I have issue with. I think this shade is so pretty, and I do think this is going to be my first favorite. I'm kind of really into like greens and reds right now, so like this one just really speaks to my soul. But this one is Olive Grove. All right, next up we have Hayride. So this one is described as being a warm and sparkly golden yellow polish. So it has a golden yellow base with a warm and rich copper sort of undertone riding throughout there. And then there's also a really intense sort of gold sparkle. I really like the name of this one because it does kind of make me think of hay. I do think it's quite interesting though to have 2 orange polishes in the same collection. And while I definitely think oranges do evoke fall to me, I think I would say that Hayride and the first one, which was Pumpkin Patch, they're pretty similar. They're not, I don't want to say that they're the same because that's not true, but I would just say that they're a little too similar. Like I don't know if I would include both of these in the collection. Not that they're both not beautiful, they are. I just think I would have just maybe picked one and replaced this with like a different color, or maybe used like a different finish for them. But yeah, I do really like Hayride. If I had to pick if I like Hayride more than Pumpkin Patch, gosh, I think I like Hayride more, but gosh, they're really both pretty. So yeah, this one is Hayride. And like I said, I think it's just really interesting to include 2 oranges in this collection. All right, moving on to our last one. Don't mind me not being able to count. There's two more pieces in this collection. So the next one up is Penny. So this is described as being sort of a rich burgundy base, which I definitely would agree with. It says it shifts to copper, and honestly, I don't know like who does the writing on the ILNP website, but some of these I can't really tell if they're trying to imply that this is a multi-chrome or if they just mean that it's a shimmer. I'm not sure, but they said it shifts from the burgundy color to copper, and then it has a red and orange sparkle in there. I like this because it's a little bit darker of a red than I think about sometimes. Like for fall red, sometimes you think of a little bit more in like the red orange family, but I love dark colors. And when I look at this color, to me it actually kind of reminds me just straight up of like an apple, and that's just so fall to me. So I love this color. I think the shimmer is really complimentary in it, and the shimmer works best in the darker shades. So for this one, I think it's really good, and I do see that shift, so I guess it is a multi-chrome. Again, it doesn't actually say multi-chrome on ILNP's website, but I'm assuming when they say color shift, that's what they mean. So this is Penny. Last up, we have Autumn. So this one is a brown base that has iridescent shimmers that shift from red to orange to gold. And I love this polish so much because one of my favorite things about fall is just literally watching the leaves turn. There's like a nature park that's 5 minutes from my house, and I love going there in the fall because it's basically in the forest, and you can just watch those leaves fall as you're walking. So this invokes that for me. It's like being in nature, and you have like the iridescent shimmers that you can see as representative of all the leaves, and then the brown for the earth. And I think what comes through most for this one is like the brown. So like when I look at this shade, what this shade invokes to me is kind of like a brown polish with like a gold shimmer. That's kind of what I get when I look at it dead on, which is perfect because browns are also highly underrated. So this is Autumn. Next up, I have some comparisons before I leave you guys. So head over to the comparison so you can see all of these right next to each other. All right, here is the full collection side by side so you can take a look at them. Honestly, I think every polish in this collection is beautiful. I think this is very cohesive and definitely invokes fall. And it really does make me think of like Thanksgiving too, like these color palettes for Thanksgiving. Oh man, I don't know if I could pick favorites. Like this whole collection is beautiful, but like if I'm looking at a glance and you're twisting my arm to pick favorites, I'm going to give you my top 3 in order of my favorites, which is going to be Olive Grove, Penny, and I'm torn between Autumn and Hayride, but I think I'm gonna go with Autumn because I do love the falling of the leaves. So this is the ILNP Harvest Collection, which I think is beautiful. They also dropped another collection like right after I purchased this, their fall collection for this year. I don't know why this happens, but like anybody else find it frustrating that when you go to buy something and then like your favorite brand, they're like, we're dropping something brand new. So I wanted to pick up a couple couple pieces from that collection, but I'll probably wait till Black Friday to get anything else from that because I don't want the whole collection. I just want a few pieces. So maybe those might show up as shorts. But let me know in the comments if you guys have any favorite like holiday, or it's not holiday, if you have any favorite like fall colors or anything like that, or any collections that you love. I would be interested to look into them, maybe even try them. I know that Holo Taco is about to launch. They're doing a birthday collection on Saturday, like a gemstone collection. I don't know if that's gonna also be the fall collection. It's a pretty big collection, so I would be super surprised if we get like a 12-piece collection on Saturday and then we simultaneously get another collection during the holiday. That would kind of surprise me, but you never know. You never know. So yeah, I'm excited to see what the gemstone collection looks like. All right, that has been my time. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you later. Bye.